Right, Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is Brother Lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. And the topic I want to go into in this lesson is how the world is coming to an end. And we got to be excited. We got to be thankful that the Lord is bringing this age of darkness to a close. Okay, and he's doing it in dramatic fashion. Okay, the water Yahweh Shai for that. You know what I'm saying? This world system, um, that has caused us so much pain. All the sufferings that we had to go through in this particular captivity and in the captivities before, and even all the evils that have taken place in the earth from, Adam's time till now. Okay, that's finally all coming to an end. We got to thank the Lord for that, man. We got to thank the Lord that He's bringing it to an end, and that our salvation is near. Okay. Now this is not a lesson I'm trying to really keep too long because we got to get ready for camp. But I just want to push that vibration out there, man. Now it's not the time to be depressed. Now it's not the time to be down in the spirit. Now is the time to be rejoicing and happy, and glad and thankful, that Yahweh Shemel Shai has given us this truth, in these last days that will lead us, um, to salvation. Okay, that will give us perspective on the things that are taking place from a sense of hope and understanding and composure rather than, anxiety and chaos, which is what everybody else in the world is really dealing with. Okay, because they don't have the knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai, but we do. Okay, not only do we have the knowledge that's keeping us grounded, but we also have the knowledge. This knowledge will also deliver us. Okay, all right, in this age that's getting ready to come to a close. All right, so with that, I just want to start here with Luke chapter 21, verse 25. Okay, and this is these are some of the signs that Yahweh Shai said that would take place, in the end of the age. Okay, all right. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity," which is that's what we see. Okay, all right. Record-breaking heat and solar activity, solar flares and radiation particles from the sun heating up the earth. We're seeing solar eclipses, we're seeing lunar eclipses, signs in the heavens, whether it be chariot sightings, um, you know, Esau doing his little Starlink, whatever, shit like that. You know, we're seeing earthquakes in diverse places as well. We're also seeing, record-breaking volcanic eruptions. We're also seeing record-breaking heat and wildfires, rainstorms, floods, blizzards, thunderstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay, the nations are in distress. The war drums are beating. People are perplexed. They don't know what to do, where to go. They don't know how they're gonna make it through. Okay, it says the sea and the waves roaring. Okay, all right. So we're seeing all these signs. All right, in the earth, man. Men's hearts failing them for fear. Okay, so people really giving up hope. Okay, all right, because of what they see taking place on the earth. They don't have no sense of composure. They don't have no sense of sobriety and being still, and trusting in the Lord. They are on edge. The vibration in the air is that everybody's on edge. Okay, and even we are on edge. Those of us who are on the truth, but it's a different kind of edge. It's an edge of anticipation, and looking forward to what's coming. All right, rather than anticipation and looking forward to more evil, and just pain and sorrow. We're looking forward to it in the sense of, yeah, we know those things are coming, but we also know that that's for the wicked, and that the Lord's getting ready to fulfill His word, you know, uh, in the earth, man, and deliver us. So it's a different sense of anticipation that we have compared to what the world has. Okay. It says, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay. It says, the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah. Okay. These nations are on edge. You know, there are power dynamics changing in the earth. Okay. All right. Everybody's jockeying for power. Everybody's, playing for keeps. You know, you got one side trying to change the status quo, the other one trying to keep it going and solidify it even further. Okay, it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory, and when these things shall begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Okay, so we know that the Lord's getting ready to return in the chariots, and over the past so many years, there have been a lot of chariot sightings. Okay. All right. And the Lord said, look, when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads. All right. For your redemption draweth nigh, man. All right. So we should be lifted up in the spirit. We should be rejoicing. We should be happy. When you go into the words there, do that real quick. All right. The word look up. Okay. All right. Anakupto. Okay. It says to raise or lift oneself up, one's body, one's soul to be elated or to be exalted, to unbend, to rise, to be elated. Okay, figuratively to be elated. Okay, which the word elated means to be exuberant or extremely happy. Okay, all right. The Lord is around the corner, man. He's coming back soon. Okay, ecstatically happy, excited, gleeful, joyous. Okay, to be thrilled. Okay, all right. To lift up. Let's see if it's the same. No, it's a different word there. It's apereo, or apahero, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right, it says to lift up, to raise up, to rise on high, to be lifted up with pride, to exalt oneself. So our boldness should be even more made manifest in these times. Okay, to exalt self, to poise, to lift up, to take up. Okay, so we were down, now we got to be up. You know what I'm saying? All right. It says, I know there's a particular point here. Okay. It says, see if I can find it. It says to recover spirit. Let's see, is it here? May not be here. But that's fine. All right. The point is made. Okay. All right. Our spirit has to be risen up now because we see that the Lord is getting ready to come back, man. Okay, he's getting ready to deliver us from the condition that we're in. Oh, there we go. All right, it says, of the timid and sorrowful recovering spirit. Okay, of the timid and sorrowful recovering spirit. Okay, so we should be recovering spirit. We should be emboldened. We should be spirited. We should be happy. We should be vibrant. Okay, all right, because the Lord's getting ready to come back, man. It's our redemption to draw nigh. The Lord's coming back to get us, man. All right, Yahweh Shai is coming back to get us, man. Okay, all right, and what comes with that is what us seeing the downfall of our enemies, man. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." All right, we're seeing the fall of Esau, Edom's world. We're seeing it. Okay. All right, it's going down. Okay, it's going down, man. We see upwards of the people all over the place. We see in Second Ezra 15 unfolding. You know, we're hearing about more pestilences. I mean, what is there not to be excited about? Okay, if we say that we want the Lord to come back, what is there not to be excited about? Knowing that you know these signs that are taking place because Yahweh Shai is coming back to not only destroy the wicked, okay, and their wicked enterprise upon the earth, but also to deliver his children. Hey, call Elohim like how about Yahweh Shai, man? Okay, call haloyim la Yahabashim Yahweh, man. Okay, um, this is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 26. It says, "My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemy. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you." Okay, so we've, you know, been through hell, okay, because we've been oppressed um, and taken advantage of by our enemy, okay, by our enemies, okay, beginning with Esau, Edom, okay, all right. But the Lord says, "Be of good comfort, man, because He's remembering us." All right. It says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek Him 10 times more. For He that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation." The Lord is say He's gonna save us and give us everlasting joy. That's a beautiful promise, man. That in itself is something to rejoice, knowing that the Lord is gonna is looking favorably upon us. It says, "Take good heart," which means to be of good courage. Okay, O Jerusalem, for He that gave thee that name will comfort you. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at that fall. Okay, so now is their time to be miserable. All right, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable are they that received, is she that received thy sons. Okay, talking about Babylon. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved with her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For a fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. Okay. All right. It says, "O Jerusalem," which is going into the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay. It says, "O Jerusalem, look about toward the east and remember the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High." So we got to, it says, "And behold the joy that cometh to thee from the Most High." So we got to, you know, hey, behold the joy. Look, understand the Lord is coming to save us, man. Okay. It says, "Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High." Okay. So the Lord is gathering his people through the word. Okay. Now's not the time to be down and out. Okay. And sad. Okay. Now's the time to be rejoicing, man. The Lord is building us up, man. The Lord is raising us up in these last days in the land of our enemies, man. Okay. To give us the kingdom. All right. All right, and that's coinciding with the end of this wicked kingdom. That it's perfect. The Lord is perfect, man. He gave us this truth so we could get saved right as He's getting ready to destroy this kingdom. All right as He's bringing this, He's breaking this kingdom down bit by bit. You know. All right, so, that's your pot, man. Call him lay Shai Kakodash. Okay, this is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting?" I'm sorry, 6 and 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the departing? What shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?" All right, Second Ezra 6 and 7. All right, because Ezra wants to know, okay, what's going to be the sign that this age of wickedness and the age of the heathen ruling over us and having dominion over the earth and us being on the bottom, when is going to be the sign that's going to let us know that that is coming to an end? As the disciples asked, they asked the same question. They also asked, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Okay. So Ezra was in the same spirit. That's what all the prophets wanted to know. All right. "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him." Okay, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, all right, so that's gonna be the sign, man. All right, when Esau is in power, that's gonna be the sign of the end. And here we are at the end in the last days. All right, we see that at the end of the world, this man is in rulership. So that just lets you know that he's the Edomite. Okay, all right, and that he's going to his wicked rule is what's going to usher in, all right, the end of this age. Okay, all right, and after that, Jacob, all right, the progenitor of the Israelites, is who, the Israelites are going to reign in the next world or the next age to come. Okay, and that's going to come, with Yahweh's return, delivering the elect of the nation of Israel, which Yahushua himself was an Israelite and is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. He's coming back to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, okay, to rule over this world with a rod of iron, okay, all right, and to overthrow this kingdom, to usher in a kingdom of righteousness that will last forever, okay. So that's where we are, okay. That's where we are in the timeline, okay. All right, we are on the cusp of the end of the age of wickedness. Okay, that's spearheaded by Esau, Edom, and the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great America, and the beast system. All right, the destruction of this kingdom and the beginning of everlasting salvation and a kingdom of righteousness ruled by Yahushai and the elect of the nation of Israel and the Israelites. Okay, all right, that's what we're coming into, man. So the Wadi Halbashim Al Shai for that, no more sorrow, no more pain, no more death for the Israelites, no more captivity, no more sin. You know what I'm saying? No more of this bad dream. It feels like, right? Um, and everlasting peace and joy. Even the scriptures say they shall not learn war anymore. It's going to be a peaceful existence to be on earth, man. It's not going to be, torture. It ain't going to be struggling for the Israelites. It ain't going to be bees dying, and animals going extinct, forests being destroyed. All right, the world, constantly in a state of war and, corruption, you know, that's all going to come to an end, man. Polluted oceans and polluted skies. That's all coming to an end. Now, the heathen do have to serve their punishment for 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, okay? Which the scriptures go into that, and Esau has to serve his punishment too. Or he's going to actually get it the worst, but once he's done serving his punishment, he's done. All right, after 1,000 years, he'll be destroyed. His nation will be destroyed, and the heathen will actually be able to enjoy, the earth, and their inheritance in it, because they're gonna have their inheritance. All right, but underneath a righteous dictatorship, okay, of righteous God, king, judges, priests as well. Okay, all right, so that's what we're coming into, man. All right, a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay, so that's every reason to rejoice. All right, and I'm gonna close out with this. Is First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1. It says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right, so the world is going to get caught off guard by what's getting ready to come down the pike. Yahweh said, "For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell upon the face of the whole earth," man. That's why we got to watch and pray. But we know the times and the seasons. The Lord gave us the inside scoop. All right, it says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief." So we're not going to get caught off guard. We're actually looking forward to this. We are on our watch. It says, "Ye are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night." Okay? All right, so we got to stay up. Okay? We can't, get caught up in the ways and the seduction of this world and get lulled back to sleep. Okay? It says, "But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate plate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation," which the word hope goes into confident and joyful expectation of eternal salvation. Okay, so again, rejoicing that, even though we see the times as they are now, or we notice all these leading up to the salvation of the elect. "For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him." Okay, wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. Call halayim like habashim al shai bahashim rakakadash, man. You know, it's coming to an end, but it's for our benefit. It's for our good. The Lord's coming back to get us, man. Okay. So, with that, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, double honors to the elder apostles of great millstone and citations to the elect. Shalom.